All adjustments to equipment and safety guards must be made before the equipment is turned on. Loose jewelry could become a safety hazard when working with equipment. Talking while operating the equipment could result in a serious accident. The work zone is the area that has been marked on the floor around a piece of equipment. Selecting the proper equipment is important when working in the lab. You should always check a piece of equipment before using it. When another student is operating equipment, you should not distract, interfere with, or talk to the person. Remember the ABCs of safety. Always be careful. You should tell your teacher if anything breaks or appears strange. It is important to obtain the teacher's approval before using any equipment. You should immediately report all injuries to your teacher, no matter how minor the injury. It is important to take care of loose clothing, long sleeves, and jackets before using any equipment. If your teacher needs to leave the lab, you are to turn off the equipment. During class, it is a good idea to clean up after yourself, return all materials to their proper place, return all equipment to their proper place, because a clean lab is a safe lab. It is Virginia state law to wear eye protection when working in the lab. No fooling around means no running, no fighting, no pushing. If you have any doubt as to how a piece of equipment works, you should always ask your teacher for help. What should you do when you're finished using a piece of equipment? Turn it off and wait for it to come to a complete stop. Students with long hair should tie it back before using any equipment. Before operating the bandsaw, you should know and follow all the general safety rules. While the blade is still moving, do not walk away from the bandsaw. When cutting curves, relief cuts must be made first. Consult with your teacher before cutting large or irregularly shaped pieces. Before cutting, measure accurately and mark your material where it is to be cut. The blade guide should be adjusted 1/4 of an inch above the material being cut. Before turning on the bandsaw, never have the material you are cutting touch the blade. Keep your hands outside the safety zone marked on the table. You should never place your hands directly in front of the blade or on the line to be cut. Using both hands, push the material into the blade. When cutting on the bandsaw, you should avoid backing out of a cut. When the saw is running, do not clear scraps away from the blade.